How did the takeover come to be with the best? I need to work with the best. The best with the best.
Next question.
Agikuti gokuta January Negi chaile negi sarobale Banana na mani Kumpudi tore wena sanolasi.
Hi guys, welcome back to 1000 Megabytes. This is episode 9. You guys have been watching us chat and do random eventy stuff for 9 episodes. That's basically, the next episode would be episode 10. So that's basically like a season. Like we're nearing the season end. No, what's it called? It's just that thing when it's the end of the season. Anyways, guys, this episode is so different, like so different. You're not going to be seeing a lot of me. Don't cry, there are better people to see. We will be letting our artists do the talking this time. We've got quite a number of artists who have their own share of the homecoming events experience and how they've experienced us, how we've worked together. It's quite some interesting stories, just, about how they came to be part of the family. So let's get into it.
Le Paris. Le Paris. La Chulane. Le Paris.
So if you have not been watching Channel O every Friday and Saturday since lockdown started, then you might not have a TV. Surely, because if you have a TV, then you know what's going down. It's Lockdown House Party, and we got to host our own one. How that came to happen is, we've got a really great relationship with PH and Shimza and Sibu Mabena, Malena, Kutlwano, Uleng, just a lot of people who are behind the scenes. I know a lot of people never really know who's behind what, and I guess hence 1000 Megabytes. But yeah, it's always really cool to work with the people who make all these really huge productions happen and just see how they, make these things happen.
Hi, my name is Kutlwano and I work for DJ PH Productions, and for Lockdown House Party, I'm basically a producer. Homecoming Events is the first of our takeovers. So we're basically doing a takeover, for example, Homecoming Events takeover, a Rockets takeover, a Transmix Soul takeover. I'm very excited about that because then the Homecoming Events people or the Transmix Soul people get to bring their own people that they get to bring at their events. So I'm very excited about that because then we get to see what Pretoria people are listening to and what the North people are listening to. So I'm very excited about that.
Quiet on set. Please. Yo, robot _ BOII, the honorable MEC without the E, in the building, in the cut, behind the scenes, BTS of LOCK down, house party, you understand? But right now, currently, we got homecoming events. They're in the building, they're doing the thing, so they're the first takeover, Robot boy, the honorable MEC without the E, I want to say what's up to my mom, my dad, and my parents.
My name is Buleng Maponyane. The streets and the industry know me as Stuff. I'm the show director of the Lockdown House Party. Still being successful while sticking to regulations in an industry that was compromised heavily is quite difficult because, one, our industry needs people. You need people in front of you to make a living. I think the one thing that I did not do personally was sulk on the stats of the deaths and the cases and this and that. I kept my mind fresh by brainstorming, and some of the ideas that we were brainstorming on are actually being implemented now on other seasons of the show, and that's quite a blessing. When I saw my email saying that Homecoming Events has an episode on the show, I was like, yeah, they have been in the entertainment space. They are very on their toes in terms of ideas, and it's very impressive for me, especially knowing the directors of the Homecoming Events company. Like, we've started working from way back and getting back together years later and working on something totally different than what we both know is quite a blessing. It's something inspiring. It gives us goosebumps. Blah.
we can go mano y mano.
Hey, what's up? It's Dali Danger, the most dangerous man in the world. Ngozi riding when I'm with you. Oh my God, that boy dangerous. Tabaki Agoti. Oh yeah. Dog. It's not something that I had from day one. So at first it was just Dali Danger, the most dangerous man in the world. And then eventually, like as time went, he added one line, then one line, then one line. So I met homecoming events as a party goer. Is that a word? Yeah, that way. As I was one of the people that attended the events. And then one day they hit up OK Wasabi to be a presenter, and then we came with him, and like 2 or 3 years later they hit both of us up to be MCs again.
Hi, no. Before we move on, please. And a quick shout out to our sponsors. Stand.
I think that's where my journey started with Homecoming. That's how I started working with them. Our working relationship is dope, and I'm enjoying it, and I look forward to the future with Homecoming events.
Hey. Hey.
A lot of people hit me up like, yo bro, where'd you buy that jersey? I planned out a whole different swag. I had the shirt underneath, I don't know if you saw it.
What's up, guys?
That was supposed to be my swag, but because we were chilling outside waiting for my set to come on, it was like a chilly day, so I ended up wearing a jersey. How the whole thing came about is that Boogie hit me up like, yo man, Danger, what you doing tomorrow? I don't know why Boogie is so weird, guys. Boogie is very weird. Whenever he asks me to perform or anything, he's always asking me questions like, hey, what you doing tomorrow? And he makes it like I have to guess what he's about to say. And then he's like, okay, pull up to Lockdown House Party and perform. And I was like, all right, cool. I was really excited, but you know, next about I don't know why Boogie is so weird, guys. Boogie is very weird whenever he asks me to perform.
I asked him what he was doing. I don't want to get in the way of his plans. I asked him what he was doing. He said nothing. I said, okay, let's do Lockdown House Party. I don't know what more there is to say. Shout out Dali Danger though, you know, pure gold, love you.
We got the homecoming events takeover. And right now, taking over, we got DJ Venom. And he's bringing out Le Paris and 25K.
You know I hit you up, I'm on the way. Say you want me, but you cannot tell. You're still on the low. Hey.
Okay, just a sec. You just button this shit. Damn. Big dick energy. What's good, everybody? I go by the name DJ Venom. Pretoria's finest hip-hop DJ. Actually, I lied. South Africa's finest hip-hop DJ. Homecoming's very own. My first situation with Homecoming was 2013 when they did Homecoming Centurion, the one that just blew, right? I pulled up with Flag. I actually wasn't booked. They didn't know who I was back then, you know. Just trying to operate something. So I pulled up with Flag and he was doing security. And I remember they didn't expect the numbers that they had. So I had to be a bouncer, and I was small that time. I'm big now, but I was like skinny that time. Had to clap a guy whilst Lulo Cafe was playing. Yeah, that's my first encounter with Homecoming, and I think I did my first Homecoming event in 2015.
I think the reason why we booked Venom for the first time was really just so that he could get some lip stuff. Let's figure if we can get this guy a slot and just pay him so he can just get some lip stuff, you know? That's really it.
When did I even meet VZ? I feel like, I don't know, he's just always been around. Like, he's obviously been a part of Homecoming, I think, longer than I've been legal enough to attend Homecoming events. But yeah, I think his relationship, like, precedes me. I think, you know, he's just been around, he's been DJing, he's got a great relationship with Flag, who we all know is a part of the family as well. So yeah, Venom he's a bigger vet than me.
Atabs hit me up, said we're trying to put something together, you know, a takeover. It's only right that they had the city's finest. I'm blowing my own horn. Yeah, so she wanted me to do something with 25, and you know me and 25 have a good relationship.
Yo, it's your boy 25K the Plug, and we out here at the Lockdown House Party crossover homecoming event. Plug Talk.
We got a single out, God, and downloaded Jiggy out on all platforms.
Yeah, dig.
So 25K is like family to us. He's an artist that was discovered on Artists on the Rise 2017. That was around the time when I started kind of like, you know, working here and there for homecoming, just doing small things and stuff. And I remember when we discovered 25, he was just undeniable. Like, you just couldn't match that.
I'll tell you the truth, right? So
What's up?
during the set, the equipment, am I allowed to curse here? Yeah, the equipment fucked out, bro. The equipment fucked out. So I had to freestyle it and figure it out. My USBs weren't linking and whatnot, but I made it work. There's a part I even fucked up 25K's performance.
Are we gonna run it back?
Fuck.
Yeah, dig.
So we're gonna go fetch some bean bags. If you watch the episodes, you'll see that we also added bean bags. Like, we had to leave while we were recording because they were just like, is there anything you want to add on to make it like more, you know, you guys? And we were just like, bean bags. So we had already recorded like 3 artists already, and we had to come back to Pretoria because we were in like the east of Johannesburg, like far ass. And yeah, he had to come fetch some bean bags, and we tried to make it a little funny.
Doing a takeover right now, you know, homecoming events is taking over. Santatas and Yisa 20 Fontaine. Nasbona spitting on my bean bags, Chililes Polile. Right about now on the decks, Nanza.
So I am Nanza. I am a DJ, an all-round entertainer actually. I am from Pretoria and I play house music, and yeah, I think I am well on my way to being Black Coffee. Okay, so homecoming events, I've been a fan for a long time. I think even before I was Nanza, I used to support the event a lot. I used to come to Fontaine a long time ago when they still used to serve us using glasses. We used to sit on crates and all of that. So I think I go way back with this organization because I used to be a fan of whatever they did.
Yeah, where did we come from with Nanza? Where did we? I mean, Nanza wasn't even a DJ when we met her, was she? No, she wasn't.
As a DJ, when I transitioned from Naledi to Nay 909, I was like, okay, I'm gonna be Nanza, and they booked me for All White in 2019.
Hey Malachi, first of all, thank you so much for this opportunity. People really enjoyed the set.
I think that's where my relationship with Homecoming actually started. Homecoming actually encouraged that I play at Tax FM Freshers. Well, they didn't encourage it, but I guess because Tax FM and Homecoming were working on this event, and Tax FM knew that I was a DJ, they were like, come through, play at the Homecoming events edition of this Freshers in collaboration with Tax FM. And that was the first time I used CDJ, so this is a big part of my career.
So I mean, Nanza I knew from like Tax, so yeah, she was just, you know, on radio and obviously in social circles, we were pretty familiar. But I think when she started DJing, like, I hadn't really heard her, and through Tax FM, they were kind of just like, you know, she's one of our radio hosts, so can you guys please put her on the lineup? And this is when we were doing Freshers. And I remember she was still learning. It's actually, I remember that day. So she had one of the earliest sets, and now she's using CDJs for the first time, and then now she's playing. But I'm like, I don't know, hey? And I look up and there's someone who's like coaching her through it. So I was like, mid-gig, oh my gosh, and I was so stressed.
I remember I had a conversation with Atabs who told me that she was not impressed with my set because she felt like someone was helping me, which is not true. I just asked someone to be on standby so they can check.
I like that she took that opportunity and said, you know what, I'm just gonna learn. I've got the opportunity, let me do this. Because then next time, she was better than the last time.
massive shout out to Homecoming Events. I think personally, I think they have an eye to spot great talent, so shout out to them. And I think they give people the benefit of the doubt, especially artists or people who are in the creative space. So a big shout out to them.
You know, if people believe in you and your brand, sometimes it makes sense to believe in them and their dreams, and dreams come true. And it's beautiful to see her dream coming to life. She's pretty good at what she does. Kabza, I love Kabza to death. I love Kabza. Kabza is one of my favorite artists out there. Obviously met him on the tailor-made side, but he's fast come to embrace, you know, the Homecoming family. And I mean, I think I called him the day before and he said, yo dog, for you, say less. And that's us and Kabza, man. Love Kabza to death. He's the future, you know, he's the present, but he's the future. And because of his humility and his personality aligns so well with Homecoming. You know, he's ambitious, he's out there, he's driven, he's excellent, but he's humble, he's a people's person. Love him, love him.
But for now, because we want the Takeover Homecoming Event Edition, let's bring the crew to do the most. Hashtag Lockdown House Party, hashtag Drip Footwear. Make some noise for DJ Questo and the Josh in 3, 2,
I'm the Josh.
DJ Questo, the one and only.
And together you are?
2, because there's 2 of us. The first homecoming picnic. I was there. Well, the first one that had DJs, it was, and we'll be showing our age, but it was myself, Tots, the guy who runs Galax Boy, this other guy Doz, and Slip Inc. So it was the 4 of us, and Neo actually organized the Red Bull truck because he was working with the Red Bull, and then Malachi had done a couple of picnics up to that point. And they said, hey man, I think at that one, there was maybe 50 of us. So that's how it started. That's my story with Homecoming. Like, I'm there from the beginning, actually.
The Josh, so the Josh, this is what you need to know about the Josh. We know the Josh from back in the day. Josh like a brother, you know, I pray with Josh. Josh is one of the favorite guys to ever play at Homecoming because Josh is the kind of guy that you simply just say to Josh, here's the mood, this is what I want you to do. And you know, he always kills it. But we come a long way with Josh. You know, he's been a part of this family. He's been with us through our ups and our downs. Always stood with us. You know, obviously in Questo joining on later. But yeah, we know Josh from Hatfield days. You know, back in the Stones days, the crazy days. I think Josh also played that first picnic where Moella was doing his trials to be part of Homecoming, and he organized his own picnic, and Josh was there in the Red Bull truck, and from there it just went, man. And you know, he's a legend, he's a living legend. Love him, love him, love him, love him, love him, love him.
I slipped in with Josh actually on one gig. It was
2019. It was like a New Year's Fontaine. Yeah. So I was booked, and then I was like, no man, me and Questo played a couple of gigs together. Let's try it, and then it worked really well.
Yeah, we rocked.
Some girls were crying when we played R&B. Yeah. I was always like the consistent DJ with them. I was always at every Homecoming. It's only when they got bigger that they booked me every now and then. So yeah, man, but I was cool. I played the Africas. I mean, seeing it go from 50 people in Botanical Gardens and a lot of people don't know that Spring Day that got cancelled by Tux. Neo and Malachi took it over. We played there. I helped organize the lineup, calling I remember I had to get Pitch Black Afro that time. Which is obviously very controversial because of where he is now, but just to find him that day was so hard. And then we organized a proper lineup, and hey, it's like they picked up from Spring, then from there they realized, let's do the picnics. Then it was the one day we organized for Centurion. And that's where everything exploded. Where I think we had sound for 1,500 people. So, and I think 8,000 pitched up. So I think the first front of the gig heard my set. But yeah, man, that's where Homecoming literally exploded, and it's been dope for me because obviously they never not included me in everything they do, whether it be a breakfast club, which isn't as big as Africa, that's what the big ones became known as, whether it's Sun City, you know, even traveling. I'm always part of when they did the first rugby club, they actually gave me a 5 a.m. in the morning set. So and then I had to like try rock them at 5 a.m. in the morning. But now and Katlego, I've been around the country with them.
When it comes to us, like, we don't really plan sets, we don't structure it, like, you know, like a lot of DJs would like say, oh cool, I'm gonna be playing house into this, into that, whatever. But we basically just go with what we feel at the moment. Why we switch up, it's always about the vibe. So, you know, you could hit a bit of house, we wanna swap the vibe. Go to a bit of hip hop, you know, go to a bit of quieter, go to a bit of like tonga music, go to a bit of gospel. So it's always about switching up the vibe, keeping the flow emotionally, you know. It's a big thing. It's not just about, okay, he's playing house, he's playing Niger, he's playing hip hop. There's a lot of emotions that goes into when we play.
He tweeted you. What words do you guys have for Black Coffee?
Oh no, man! Hey, like bro, that's like.
Before we get into that conversation, I honestly believe he was thinking out loud. I honestly believe it was a thought. It's like, you know, sometimes you just suddenly like thinking about something, you know, you question something. I honestly believe he was thinking out loud.
Yeah, look, I had a completely different thought pattern, and he knows I had a different thought pattern. So mine was, hey man, Black Coffee's watching our set. I lost my mind, you know what I'm saying? But I've DJ'd after Black Coffee so many times, like he knows me. He knows, like, so that, yeah, I've seen him so many times around. I've shopped at Yawa. So, so the thing is, like, we've known him for long. I mean, I knew Black Coffee when he was still multiracial. So, like me, it was like, there was obviously this guy knows me. He, what's it called? And also a lot of people talking about us. So I think brand-wise and just ways in the industry is where a lot of us want to go. So that for me blew my mind.
Yeah, there's definitely there was no like proper like hard feelings or anything like that at all.
So yeah, guys, those are some of the artists that we have in our Homecoming family. That's definitely not all of them. There's so many others. And I think I'd like if more of them came and just, you know, said it for themselves. It's one thing for us to say, oh no, you know, we build great relationships with artists, we always communicate, I mean, let them come tell you the truth. We might be lying. So if you guys would like to hear more from artists, let us know in the comments. If there's anything else that you'd like to know from the event space, the venue owners, vendors, different types of stuff like that, let us know. We'll bring them in and we'll have more of those chats. But if you liked this episode, like it. If you didn't like it anyway. Please continue to comment, subscribe, and keep showing us love. Please share the episode, and we'll see you in episode 10.